Good morning, AP students. This is being sent in addition to the historiography stuff that I sent out to you earlier today. I've got to tell you that most of what comes after, say, Leopold von Ranke or the neoliberals is, to me, a bunch of academics talking in smaller and smaller circles just to one another about what they personally care about. We're going to study historiography so that you recognize it. We're going to study historiography in terms of some controversies that deal with the topics we're encountering. Controversies being disagreements between historians about what the meaning of events are. That's useful. Caring about what the difference is between a Marxist, a feminist, a postmodernist, and a decolonialist, postcolonialist. Which side of the left spectrum of the left side of politics is the most right? I have no interest in that. I don't, therefore, intend to spend much time on it. You should be aware of it. You should be able to recognize it. You should also be aware that in college, many of the people around you, especially professors, are going to care an awful lot about which side of the leftist spectrum of the left edge of the political landscape is the most right. Whether it's the Marxist interpretation or the postmodernist or the feminist or the post-colonialist or any of the other ideologies that say the West is bad because we judge it as compared with utopia, our perfect utopia, which has never been, which has never even come close to being, and which every time it's attempted produces bloodbaths. It's a part of the nature of the college professor, academic historian. There is a tendency within that profession to look with disdain on anything that isn't their own theory, and to be catty about it, to encourage people rather than to think about ideas to sneer. So, while I have given you my own impression of a lot of the modern historiography, I will say that Herodotus and Thucydides and Xenophon and a lot of the other ancient historians are very useful. I will say that the Venerable Bede is useful. One of the best books I ever read was The Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire. It's massive, but it's wonderful. So, encounter these ideas. Come to your own conclusions. If you think that the bestest thing ever is deconstructivist, feminist, critical theory, good for you. Develop your own ideas about it, just as long as they're your ideas, not mine, not somebody else's, yours. Arrived at through your own process of values and your own sense of proportion. Historiography is part of the AP, therefore I'm exposing you to it, but in reality, what we're going to deal with is historical controversy, just to give you a sense of how historical interpretations play into history, past and present. Thank you for your appreciation and attention to all of this stuff. I will see you next Wednesday. Take care.